No. There. Okay, so here we go. Okay, is this working better now? It seems to be. It's a mess. That's fine. Div. Defaults. Right. Now this, the game that's not a character. Bump that up a little bit. Okay. You should have everything to go. Yeah. How you doing? Oh, I need to. Let's see. Properties. Disable capture cursor. Chrono Trigger. Let me think. Is Chrono Trigger on the Switch at all? I know it's not on Super NES, like the Super NES stuff. Hold on. I thought I changed something on here so I didn't have to deal with this. Where's this stupid? And remove comments. Turn. Sound mixer. Let's do this. Let's try this now. Okay. Yeah, the Millennial Fair. Yeah, I know it's not on the SNES Classic. I don't believe there's a remake of it. Actually, let me check. Or port. Yeah, this is through Steam. I believe there's anything I can check up here. About time. By the way, you're going to go see... Oh, what was her name? The young adventurous friend of yours. Luca. That's right, Luca. You're going to stop by and see her new invention at the fair. This is legitimately one of my favorite RPGs that exists out there. And you can pet the cat. There aren't any dogs in this game, unfortunately, so the cat will have to do. Almost forgot, here's your allowance. So you're given 200 gold. Bill, whatever it is in this game, because they never say. Right, and they give you enough money to buy a starter sword. So this is one of those weird games that has... This game was made by a very weird cast of characters. So the art style is done by Akira Toriyama, the animator for Dragon Ball. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. Basically, this game is a who's who of who worked on this. I think Nobuo Uematsu was the composer for this game, I think. We have Marl, who's basically like one of the mages in the game, but everybody gets to use magic. This game had a relative like treasure trove of people who worked on it. Like, it's nuts. This is also the game I say does time travel right. Because there are so many games nowadays that just complicate time travel to the point where it's just ridiculous. I think this was also one of the last Super Nintendo games to come out. Like, this game came out in 1990. I want to say. We're basically doing a lot of this so that way we don't have to do this scene later. The dancing scene we don't need to do. That's kind of pointless. Lunch, that's where you fight Goro. Him. He basically up top. Okay. Legitimately. We'll see here in just a moment, because this game gets going very quickly. About the main premise, which also great for an RPG, like... I'll be right back. Well, we can go set the game's premise. So... the game starts off with a premise of you being teleported from one spot to the other. Fairly simple. One of the funny things is they're saying, like, hey, these have never really worked before, so, like... So instead of this teleporter taking her, say, in a direction, or teleporting her through space, the teleporter takes her through time and space. Now, we have to go and follow her. I need more power. Now we are the ones being sent back in time. Okay. So now, we get into AQB. Alright, we don't have our first ability yet, because we don't have many ability points, or tech points as they're called in this game. Do have, yes. This was a game that, like, saw a couple videos on it, decided to play it through, and legitimately, it's a game that kind of does a lot that you wouldn't expect it to do. Like, you know, everyone kind of talks about, like, Chrono Cross, which kind of does what this game does a little bit, but in a different way. Power glove. This increases our strength. Onto the village blacksmiths. Forging this bell at the king's behest as a symbol for his love for Queen Lee. Queen's vanishing act had me wondering if all this work would be for naught. After all, what's a bell without the queen, eh? It seems they found her in the canyon up north. Bruce in, so we can stay. Or heal ourselves back up, get back any tech points or MP we need back. These boxes we'll get to in a much later time because there's nothing we can do with them right now. Granted, I will say that the UI that's here is not the one that's in the original game. And there's like flavor text here too that you can do this, like that tells you like, hey, there's a cathedral out west that that's, you know, not really exactly, it's not exactly like normal, so like you can go and take a look at that, like actually I wonder with this if there's still the glitch that exists. We'll end that war soon. We want to go over here because there's a power tab. And we get into a combat encounter, because, of course. But this game also has techniques that are affected by where enemies are in the battlefield and where they are in relationship to you, which, like a game like this, it's actually kind of like new and that wasn't really done before. Of course, like we want to give some of our characters, like Chrono uses melee attacks, so strength getting increased is one of the big things we want, so... Yeah, like... It's kind of weird, like, a game like this, usually, and especially with Final Fantasy would do previously, is just... Of course, there are positions where, like, or times where battle position matter if you get ambushed or anything like that, but, completely different here in this regard. As well as we go down the basement. There's a way to rest up down here as well, so you're going to take... here. And this is where we find Marl. Insert freaking the room quote here. You're tearing me apart, Chrono. But for some reason she's disappeared again. I wonder what could be causing that. So, now we have another mission. Go and figure out what happened to Marl. So, yep, the princess of the kingdom from our time got transported back to one of her ancestors' times. And this is what I mean by the game keeps the timeline simple. Keeps time travel simple. Explains the paradox, but it doesn't put in the butterfly effects. Now we're off to go and save the queen. But I also just love how the soundtrack plays out through this. Like, we're in a kingdom and it's upbeat, it's... It also sounds like you're on an adventure, like... But you also get tones of a march in here as well, like... Oh... I'm dying. I'm dying of hunger. It's the upper left corner of the table. What is this ice cream? And there's Commander Asshole. So basically, we went through the teleporter, we went through fine. The girl we were with gets teleported, but she gets teleported to the past. So, we have now been teleported back to the past to try and get her back. But the queen of this time has been kidnapped. So since she's been kidnapped and they thought the princess from our time was the queen, they called off the search for the queen. So now the princess from our time has disappeared as a result. Now we're on the quest to save the queen from this time. Yeah, we transported back 400 years in the past. Kick some enemy ass. So we are currently on our way to go save the Queen. It was mentioned that there was something going on with the cathedral over this way, so... We also picked up Luca along the way, so now have an additional party member who's going to stay with us until basically the end of the game. Well, not in our party, but with us, so... One thing I also love about this game, and another detail that comes up, is that the characters who use ranged weapons also have melee animations if an enemy is close enough. It's an unneeded detail, but it's wonderful. Like, Luca pulls out her hammer and just smacks a bitch. Like... Marl, I think when you get her as a party member, because spoilers, she's a party member, she will attack people with the butt of her crossbow. She uses crossbows. So, this game has a ton of little details that just are great. So Luca, in that fight, since that was her first or second battle, was learned a tech that was flamethrower. And the cool thing about this game is that like each character has their own unique individual techs, which are like their own techniques, magic, and stuff. But you can combine them with multiple characters if they're applicable. Also, here's Frog, with one of the most badass themes for this game. Frog and Luca's themes are awesome, and we're gonna go with the Frog. Frog, of course. Frog will suffice. So now we go and play the organ. This should open up the path. Now... basically going through this fortress to see if we can find the queen, so... And we're also going to see if we can find a save point, because the save points in this game are unique, in that they refill your HP. It's full, I believe, every time you go on one. If I remember correctly, it's been a while. It's up here. Okay, we need potion. Also, I think, yes. So, Frog also has healing abilities, called Slurp. And of course, like, this is cool too. Like, you'll see like enemies disguised as like actual things and stuff. Like, that's cool as hell. Of course, that's a combo tech where Luca like imbues Chrono's sword with fire, and he then swirls it around. You can also do that with some of the healing magic in this game too. So like, there's a lot of stuff about this game that has just a whole lot of detail put into it, and a whole lot of thought that just makes it really good in combination. Equipment. Of course, you also have like a bromicide. I forget what that does. And of course, each of the different abilities you have in this game that you get has different ranges and different, like, how they attack. So, like, Luca's Flamethrower will attack anything that's in a line. Chrono's Cyclone will do anything that's in, like, a circle around an enemy with a certain radius, so... What is that look at? Wait, what did that do? I got Naga Bromicide, but it didn't... And of course, you can see they'll get more abilities as they get more TP and everything, so... Stereotypical, like, RPG, where... You know, as everything levels up, as you get more points, you level up, get more skills. Got another strength capsule, which we'll give to Chrono. Where in here there's a shrine to the Fiend Lord, and there's also treasure. This game also has just some great battle themes and, like, overall overworld themes that you'll hear throughout the game. Like, when we get to one location, I'll basically stop talking for a little bit because it is basically one of my favorite themes, like, in gaming, period. We need water. One thing that is annoying about this game is that since the enemies are on the overworld, God, didn't I change something on this? something. No. Could have sworn. Hold on a sec, I'm just checking something. Library. I could have sworn there's a way to. Participants and feedback. Could have sworn there was a way to like. I swear, I hate dealing with these stupid fucking bots. Magus the Great, Magus the Great, your eyes are brighter than the stars, your flowing hair like waves atop the sea. Even those miserable sunny days abate, but we feel your soothing hate. Even brightened halls hold no fear, just so long as you are near. There's gotta be a way to disable like comments unless they're from somebody who's like following you or something like that. Slurp. Let's see. Participants. Everybody got a level. That's where we first see Magus. Speedbelt, Guardian Bank. Get to him later. Because he plays an important part, no, so... Gotta be a way to... Setting... could have sworn there was a way to change setting. Settings. Should really do this when I'm not streaming, but sorry, I have to fix this. Why can't I do that for my streaming thing? That's weird. We'll have to figure that out later. Shelter. Oh, it doesn't. Right. I thought it did. Maybe there's something else. So Tales game give you MP regen from smacking things so you can keep your abilities through combat. No. This is your stereotypical RPG where, you have to manage your stuff. So, like, you can only regenerate MP through doing, like, consuming ethers and, consuming ethers, potions, and stuff like that. But usually, like, points where you need to save and everything are fairly frequent, so if you have things like shelters, ethers, or whatever, you'll be able to use them at those points. And inns and stuff are fairly frequent too, so the game doesn't starve you of your MP, basically. And there are also situations where, like, if you need to use your techniques and everything, the enemies will clump up together, and so it makes it, when you use your MP, it's more efficient. So, like, but your auto attacks, in most cases, will also do the job for most things too, depending on what you're fighting. There are some enemies that are basically immune to, like, normal attacks for the most part, so you just have to play around with it and figure out what works, what doesn't, so... course, like the stereotypical RPG style battle, if you can get crit, so can the enemies. If you can get crits, the enemies can too, so like, kinda sucks. But also, like, this is one of those games where, like, at the early parts of the game, you are legitimately fairly weak. Like, you do not have a lot of HP. And the enemies hurt. A lot, like... Thankfully, they give you a lot of items, too, so, like... kind of balance out, like, having a hard early game where it can be very easy to take a lot of damage with you're going to get a lot of items that'll help you out, and you have a lot of abilities that'll heal you back up, so... Frog Slurp. No, heal HP. Or... One thing I love too is that not all fights are completely needed, or you don't have to go through them. They're not mandatory. Apparently, though, in the speedrun, this is something interesting I've learned. You can skip this boss fight here. I don't know how you do it, but can apparently. I think you have to like hold a text box or something so it skips through it, and then you just go and open the chest where the Chancellor is, and you're fine. Welcome to your first boss fight. This boss is also kind of annoying, where it's just kind of like, because he can counterattack, like... And he hits all three of your party members for doing so, like, it's just annoying. So you basically just gotta smack him until he dies. There we go. Now this is Lucas' theme. And it's awesome. There's the Chancellor. I don't remember if you can leave him in there or not. It'd be funny if you could. He's kind of an asshole. Yeah, now we head back and see that after the princess disappeared because of the time paradox, she's back. Yeah, we knew. We figured it out. So, we now know she's the princess of our current kingdom. King Guardia the 33rd. Go to the fair and have fun like everyone else, but if you'd known who I really was... I love all the animations. I love, like, how the characters interact and, like, how they look happy and sad and, like, contemplative. Like, you don't get that a lot of times, and it's just good. It's Frog's theme. Right. Now, Guardia Forest. I have to go back. I have to go back to where we came from with the first time we jumped through the time portal. So, oh, battles first. I believe, is there a way to set this up too? Yeah. This game deals a lot around time travel. And that's going to basically be the primary plot. Entire, like, run through this game. Like, jumping through time to solve problems. Fix things. One thing I will say about this is that the overworld looks very weird. Because these aren't the original sprites that were included on the SNES version. You're a lot smaller. Like, don't worry about them, we'll just let them be. We gotta fight these. Now we also have Marl, who's a healer, and another mage, so... That's a crit. Sorry as well, I have not been streaming recently. Like, this, I've just kind of not been a great headspace recently, so... This is where Luca reveals her teleportation keys. It's just with everything that's been going on recently, it's just kind of, it's been very hard to stay positive and, like, have a good mindset, and it's just been like, oh no, oh. To quote the meme that showed up in 2020, and afterwards, I really wish I was not living through a historical event right now. Again. Have any more of the stat items, so let's see. Chrono's House, Market, Pierce Manor, Troops Inn. Pet the kitty. I believe is there any secondary tier? I think we kind of destroyed it. And it's never too old to collect silver bullets. Something tells me I'm as happy as now as I'll ever be. Wayne must be down at the pier again. That Fritz, where could it be? Buy a couple. I love how we just talked to him and he's, like, surprised we're there. Like... Old equipment is sold. If there's something in the house, take. Ocean. Yeah, just a lot of things that just like everybody kind of knows are going on, and it's just like, oh god. Using the form factor of a bipedal robot without compromising balance is tougher than I thought. Luke and Talon are always off tinkering on their lazy phones. Oh, Lucas friends. She just tells us to go back. That's a plot point we'll get back to later. Yeah. Yeah. Also, Memories of Green. Another song that's... This is a song you'll find remixes to out there everywhere, and... Oh boy, they're good. Very, very good. Like, this game gets a lot of metal, like, classical remixes. You'll find, like, techno. It's awesome. Like, it's I believe there's another, like... Find everything there to this game. Reminds me too, like, just playing through like this, and hopefully maybe I can get this finished, and then maybe I can move on to when Chrono Cross gets released. Maybe we'll do a playthrough of that. That game is so long from what I heard. Like, most of the RPGs I play are fairly lengthy. Like, some of the longest ones I've played, which in all reality kind of comes down to Bravely Default, because that game took 120 hours for me to beat. Yeah. I have a penchant for RPGs that are way longer than they kind of need to be. Granted, I criticize Bravely Default for that, because plot points you get from Bravely Default and why the game is as long as it is, that's something I'll talk about, and maybe that's something for another day, because, well... You know what? Maybe that'll be a good video idea. Like, why Bravely Default's story sucks. The game itself is great, and it's a great iteration on turn-based strategy. But the story that it tells, and the last, like, quarter of it is, not good. So now, we are being arrested for kidnapping the princess. Remember that text box that said that they should implement a more strict criminal justice system? Well, here we go. So... Now, this is also another case where in the speedrun, you very much want everyone to judge you guilty, because it's faster. Now, if you're playing through this by yourself, you can do whatever you want, really. Girl, we brought her kitty back. Not guilty. Guilty. Some of these are just RNG. Some of the things are actions you take to like help yourself out in that respect. So there's a lot of flavor you can actually have in this scene, and your actions play out in that manner too. So it's really cool because like these scenes can play out differently based on what you do. So like there are effects and you do see them. Like, so we get thrown in jail anyway. We get thrown in jail for 3 days. Even though none of this was really our fault. So yep, and he wants us executed. So we're being thrown in jail, and then basically at the end of 3 days, we're gonna die. But we're the action RPG hero. We're never going to die. Ethers. And restore HP and MP in here as well, which is great. You can sleep in here too, like... And we hit them with the flat of our sword. So... There's another way to get in later correctly. There's a funny thing with that too. And bonk. Hey, nobody ever said that, like, people in RPGs were smart, so... Also, welcome to a small mini-boss that, misses you all the time. We earn 1 TP from fighting him. They don't pay me enough for this. So now, if you do this correctly, you can just walk through these with no problem. Someone has died in their cell, so... Okay, I have to go up another flight out to get there. So... we'll go ahead and fight because these are enemies too that'll hide behind their shields and everything. You can't attack them until after they come out because the shields will act as a defense and increase their defense. So that's another thing too I really like about these games is that the enemies here also have will go through specific phases and do specific animations to show they're vulnerable to certain things, or you need to hit them with certain elements, which I kind of like. It's kind of cool. Like, think of the Mist Dragon in Final Fantasy IV. Kind of like that a lot. A mid. Oh shit. Oh well. I can one-shot these guys anyway, so it's just better that you it's just better if you hit the guards from behind because they will give you mid potions instead of potions by killing them. Also, I would like to point out that there are freaking Iron Maidens here. I also like just that the enemies can have flashy animations. It's not just you. Like... slash... It's always a cool touch when, like, the enemies can have cool animations that, like, just aren't specific to you. But yeah, it is kind of dumb. It's the, oh hey, these people are armed. Let's just give them more weapons as we throw them in prison. Nothing will go wrong, right? Right? Oh, they're out. How did that happen? Oh, we forgot to take away the weapons, didn't we? Oh. Oh, no. Other man has unfortunately died in his cell. We just gotta wait for him to open up, and boom. I want to go over to the left here. Is inside this door here is what I'm looking for. This I like too. You're just climbing down the side of a building, basically. G, and this gets you a silver sword. Now we can just kind of climb up here. And we'll just go back up the way we came. Of course, the guards are going to try and stop us. They're going to fail at this. Because anime protagonist. Literally, I guess at this point, considering he was designed by Akira Toriyama. The warden tries to go and get help. Luca beats his ass, and he falls down the stairs. Funny thing is, too, you search his body, he's unconscious. Take mid potion. Actually, 5 of them. This is what happens to fools stand in the way of the mighty Luca. Luca takes no prisoners, suffers no fools. Classified documents been laying on the floor. Dragon tank design specifications. Attention, Warden of the Guardia Castle Prisons. The head of the tank is equipped with the capacity to repair damage done to the body in a genius marvel of engineering. The head has also been enhanced with a shield to prevent damage by lightning and fire, leaving it vulnerable only to attacks with weapons such as swords and pistols. Short, your tank should be effectively invincible, provided no crazed lunatics gets the bright idea to run up and try and hack away with its head with a sword. I love that. I just love that. I guess we're those crazed lunatics. Ridiculous, and I love this game and its writing. Big crit. Basically, you want to take out the head first and then deal with everything else. up. There we go, the head's gone. And now we just take out the wheel. Now we fire whirl since the head's gone. There we go. Now it just fires lasers and missiles at you, so... And now the dragon tank meets its end in the most anime way possible. Nah, 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 nah. Okay, we got a shelter. Run away! We get Marl to save our butts again. Man just loves his daughter, but doesn't want to see her go. The Chancellor's just an asshole. So... now we run away. Now we jump through another time portal to escape our problems. That's a great idea. I love how Chrono's just standing there with his, like, We're just gonna jump through a portal without knowing where this goes. And, oh, I love the sprite work with this game. So, now we have no clue where we are. Civilizations here seems pretty advanced. So, we've traveled to the past, but have no clue where we are. So now we can buy better armor for everybody and get Luke a new weapon. Music here is very desolate. I just keep saving up money. Someday it'll come in handy. That's what I tell myself anyway. There should still be some food at the Aerostone to the northeast if you get through Site 16 alive. Specters that haunt the place can't be harmed with weapons like guns or blades. Bruce, never heard of a dome by that name. This is Trandome. If you're looking for food, you won't find any here. Kingdom, Chancellor, is the hunger driven you mad? This is the Enertron. You get a full night's sleep in a few seconds. Do a thing for your hunger. This is my favorite part of the game. HP and MP restored, but you're still just as hungry as before. I believe the SNES dialogue here is, your MP and HP restored, but you're still hungry. It's the dialogue for the SNES version, which is great. You go and you take a nap. HP and MP restored, but now you're hungry. Now, we're in Site 16. Yeah, you can see Marl's melee animation where she just hits the enemy with the butt of her crossbow. Now these rats you want to avoid at all costs, because they steal items from you. Berserk Ring. Forget, that inflicts the Berserk status, right? Boost attack and defense, cannot control wearer. Stamina +2. speed plus 2 and speed plus 4. I don't know. It's weird because I think, like, in some regards, Chemist would be a good addition. In some other editions, I'm like, Alchemist already exists. So it's like... They are, but, like... I'm just saying, in terms of, like, purpose of what they do, kind of the same thing, you know? Like, I get it, like, one would just throw items at your teammates, which would be hilarious in its own right, but like... I just had a really dumb idea, but like... We have one of those... So hear me out on this, and this just came into my head while I was thinking about this. What if instead of Chemist being like a healer or something like that, it becomes a range support, like... So like you can throw items that buff your party members, or like you throw like caustic potions and shit that deal damage over time, and like you throw explosive potions for the ones that deal damage and shit, like... I just, in my head, like, Chemist is one of those things that seems like it's extremely hilarious when you think about it in context. Yeah, Fizz ranged, but, like, I don't think of it in any other way where because, like, it is a support job, like, yeah. You can't tell me, though, that, like, someone just throwing potions as, like, a job, like... enemies wouldn't be hilarious as a DPS, like... But, like, my headcanon all the time with, like, Chemist is that, like, if your teammates aren't paying attention, like, you just throw a potion to, like, heal them, and it hits them in the back of the head, but it still heals them. Like... Like, you just, like... The Chemist is like, hey, heads up, and the other person's like, huh? And then you just get smacked at the back of the head with the potion. Like, oh. Yep, pretty much. Do you want to get near each other? Something about both of you? Shit. Yeah, I remember that. Like, I don't remember what the job name was. Pretty sure it was chemist and, it's either chemist or brewer in Bravely Default, which was basically one of the most broken fucking jobs in the entire game. There we go. And there you can see as well with the, like, the line mechanics and how certain spells are used, that you can hit multiple enemies with one. It saves you MP in the process, so... Bravely Default 1. Bravely Second has a bunch of different support jobs, basically. But the main support job basically became Passateer, where to support your allies, you literally throw cakes. I wish I was joking about that. Alright. Arisdome. Who are you? You there. Where have you come from? Just came from the other side of the ruins to the west. What did you say? You've got people who cross the ruins. Yeah. Batman, sir. Yeah, the vampire was the blue mage. Daddy's gonna be back soon with some food. My husband left for the food storage facility below. We haven't seen him since. Protodome and an old abandoned factory site lie to the east. We can't get near them though. Those places are filled with robots running berserk. Pardon me, I didn't even tell you my name. I'm Noam. Son to the former director of this information center in the days when it was still one. Stone's substructure holds a supercomputer and a food storage facility. Robot guards are still active and will not let us through. Ironic, is it not? We starve right atop our own stores of food. Something odd about you. Did you really come from the dome to the west? We did. You can reach the continent to the south through the sewers, but I wouldn't advise it. That's where Death Peaks is the source of all this devastation. Besides, even someone as strong as you would never stand a chance against the mutants that live down in the sewers. There's an old man living in a dome he built near Death's Peak. He said he wanted to monitor it. Talk about crackpots. Door with a crest, push it, pull it, bash it, the thing won't budge. Yep, we want to rest in the Enertron, but it'll still leave us hungry. Still love that touch, like... Now it's time to go below. here's the thing about this. This originally was a hold 3 or 4 buttons, and then that would give you the password, I think, on the original SNES. Now I wonder what the password is here. It is boss fight time. Again. Here's the Aura Whirl. It's an AoE healing ability. Now we just wail on this thing. That's one thing I hate about the auto-targeting. Like, oh, it's immune to fire. Wonderful. Sometimes this is the one thing I hate, because if the boss is immune to something, it's just basically gonna go, hey! We're just gonna, you're gonna have to sit here and mash your attack button until, there we go. All right. And this is where we find that all their food is unfortunately spoiled. That rat is more than just a statue. It knows the secret of this dome. Catch it. Got a mid-ether. Oh, unfortunately. Press A, Y, and B. Okay. So, unfortunately, this place seems desolate. There's nothing we can do here, it seems. Buttons are weird. Oh, there we go. Eh. Right. So since the enemies are defective, they just attack anything that moves, including the rats, so... Mid-ether. So... I know there's a supercomputer down here, but we don't know exactly what it'll show us. Who knows, maybe it'll... Right, and these enemies can put you to sleep. And the characters have unique sleeping animations, which is great. Who knows what this computer will show us? Maybe it'll show us what year we're in. Maybe it'll show us Neon Cat. Maybe it'll show the answer to everything in the universe. Maybe it just wants to play a game. Maybe it'll show us that the only way to win was to never play the game in the first place. Insert other computer movie references that I can not think of at the moment. believe a lure is a fuse. Okay. Switch. Also, dang, these robots are annoying. They're so loud. Like, why are they so loud? They're not like that in the SNES version. I just realized that too. They don't give tech points. So there's those chests earlier that would have like a weird yellowish design that kind of look like they have eyes. It's another thing here. It's the same thing, really. Get that for a little bit while longer. Yeah, I love this game to death, and it is very good. Oh. Used to here. Another dome. $1999 AD. Visual record. Day of Lavos. It's the end of the world as we know it. Now we have our mission. Prevent the end of the world and destroy Lavos. And we have Lucas theme. I just love how when the music kicks in, just, always kicks in the right time, the right songs, and kicks in the right tone. Like, oh, right, shit. Oh, I forgot what comes after this. No, shit. You're back. Who cares? Where's the food? Only thing left. Seed. Don't know how long that their Enertron will hold out. That seed might be your only hope. Anyway, just stay alive. Don't give up. We won't either. Bird I haven't heard in some time. Let's have a comforting ring to it. Don't know what kind of seed this is, but I'll do my best to grow it. What's that? This may just be the thing we needed. You're off to the Protodome then? You'll need to pass through Site 32. We have to do the race against Johnny. Oh. Rest here. Alright. Okay. Well, I know this is kind of short. I unfortunately do have to be somewhere tomorrow because work is like, this is something that's never happened before. Work was like, hey, we have a non-mandatory meeting that we would like everybody to come to. And it's early in the morning on my day off, so understandably they say it's not mandatory. But somebody says, this is not mandatory, but please show up if you can. It shows up pretty badly if you don't. So, I unfortunately would like very much to be there just in case it's anything that's kind of important. So even though it's my day off, it would very much, I pretty much am planning to go to it and see what's going on. I'm gonna call it here. Tomorrow I'll probably try and do this again because I'll have more time to do it later in the night, so it sucks, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, this is the first time this has happened in 3 years that I've been working there, so I don't know. Hopefully it's not bad news, but considering we've never had anything like this happen before, or at least as far as I know, my hopes aren't very high, so we'll see. If anything, this speeds up my job searching process if something bad is happening. Let's see. Anyway, thank you guys for coming out. I hope you all have a good evening. Stay safe, stay healthy. I will see you next time. Insert drum noise and cymbal here. That's terrible. Get it? Because it's Chrono Trigger. Chrono means time. Anyway, good night.